we're going to be predicting and showing the scenarios for some that don't know of the final day of the NBA season. We are nearly here. After today, probably tonight, I'll make my play-in tournament predictions. I'm still thinking about it, but maybe I'll make a power rankings video. We'll see how that goes. But really, yeah, let's just see how these games lie out. I'm just going to predict some of these games that don't really matter that much to start out this Dallas and San Antonio. Now, San Antonio, right now, it doesn't matter. They're out of the number 10 seed, but Dallas needs that win. So that game is a big game, actually. Down there, the Clippers and the Thunder have already clinched that 14 seed. Clippers have already clinched the 8 seed in the play-in tournament. So I could just predict this one right now. It doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go Clippers at home, get their final win. That Warriors Pelicans game means something. Suns Kings, that game means something. Wait, no, unless the Suns can. Yeah, no, that game does not mean anything. So I could just predict the Suns right there. The Suns will be able to get their win there. Then in this East-West, Atlanta, Houston, that game matters. Boston, Memphis. Let's just go down the scenarios at this point. We'll do this in a minute. But anyway, let's see. So the number 1 seed. Let's talk about the West. The 1 seed's clinched. 2 seeds clinched. The 3 and the 4 seed is up for grabs right now. Dallas does hold the tiebreaker over Golden State. So right now, if Dallas wins this game and the Warriors lose it, then, as we can see, it's loading. I don't know why, but the Dallas would move up to the 4 seed. And then, there you go. So yeah, that's the 3 and the 4 seed right now. The 5 and the 6 seed. If the Jazz win this game against, who are they playing? The Trail Blazers, they will clinch the 5 seed. If they lose and the Nuggets win, they will clinch the 5 seed. So that's a big story. I mean, who do you want to play in the first round, Dallas or Golden State? You obviously probably want to play the 2 seed in Memphis in the next round over them. So that's really how that'll all play out. And then the 7, 8 seed are clinched, and the 9 and 10 are clinched. And then you got some of these things going on which don't matter as much in that regard. But yeah, that's how that is. You still got these games. None of these West games have anything really to play for other than like either playoff experience or just for pride. In the East, Miami has clinched the number 1 seed at the moment. And then we got Milwaukee at number 2, who right now, Milwaukee is, they could they drop out? I don't know why it says Boston's at 4, but Boston's actually at 3. I guess it's because I didn't actually push that unless they already played. Yeah, they played. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, my bad. But anyway, those two are tied right now. I'm not quite sure. Let's play this out. So Milwaukee loses to Cleveland, which I don't believe Cleveland has anything to play for there. Milwaukee loses to Cleveland. Boston beats Memphis. This thing is really slow right now. There you go. And then So it's just a coin flip, apparently. I don't know. Yeah, they're tied for conference. So it's just random, I guess, whoever gets that. So it's still up for grab. They probably have some other tie-breaking system in place there. And then Philadelphia wins. I wonder what happens there. Philadelphia stays at the 4. So Philadelphia cannot get the 2 seed, but they could get the 3. So Philadelphia still has something to play for there. And then the number 5 seed is clinched with Toronto. 6 seeds clinched with Chicago. Is that really right? Is Brooklyn at the 7 seed right now? Yep, they are. So that is a huge thing. I mean, these 9 through 10, they're only a game back. So this whole thing can be shooken up, basically. But anyway, just let's get into the predictions now for the week, starting out with the Mavericks and the Spurs. Dallas is 51-30, and we all obviously know Dallas needs to win this game. San Antonio has clinched the 10 to play the Pelicans in the first round, so it won't matter. But Dallas, I think, can win that game. And then Denver against the Lakers. The Nuggets obviously want that 5 seed. I mean, obviously, it's questionable because do you want to play the Mavericks in the first round? I think that one's the one you want to play. But Denver, I think, could beat LA in that game. I think that they don't care. They're just going to play for what they want. We already predicted some of these that don't matter. Golden State against the Pelicans. Golden State is 52-29. So if they lose this game, they're dropping out of the 3 seed. I don't think they lose to New Orleans. New Orleans has nothing to play for. That one seems pretty obvious. So they'll clinch the number 3 seed with that win. And the Jazz not playing their best basketball right now, but playing the Trailblazers. Trailblazers are definitely not doing good. I think the Jazz can crush them in that game, hopefully at least, and beat the Trailblazers to move to clinch the 5 seed and play the Mavericks in the first round. And then Boston-Memphis, it is a big game for the Celtics. Memphis doesn't have a lot to play for. I think it's going to be a close game all the way through, one of the better games this weekend. But in the end, I do think that Memphis is still playing. They had John Morant in, so they're going to be playing for something today. And I think that Memphis is the better team of the Celtics. So I think especially being at home too, the Celtics are going to drop a critical game right there to drop out. All right, Atlanta, Houston. Atlanta needs the win. Houston already have clinched will not clinch the best odds yet if Orlando loses, but they can clinch the best odds to get the number 1 pick with a loss there, and I think they do so. They're going to lose to the Hawks, who need that win bad to be able to climb up. And then Minnesota, Chicago. Chicago is, Chicago's has clinched the seed. Both these teams just getting prepared for the playoffs. I like Minnesota at home a little bit more. Chicago's kind of struggling a little bit at home too. I think that they can get that win and get prepared for the playoffs. The play-in tournament. And then Brooklyn against the Pacers. Brooklyn is 43-38, trying to clinch the 7 seed with a win. And against a Pacers team who's not very good, I think that they can do so. Beat the Pacers, clinch the 7 seed over Cleveland. That was a huge game that they beat Cleveland earlier on this week. And then the Charlotte Hornets against the Wizards, another big game. If the Hornets lose this game, they are out of the number 9 seed. I don't know if they can. Let's pick this Cleveland game actually first. Cleveland, Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the better team. Cleveland's been struggling. This one seems pretty obvious in my opinion. I'm going to go Milwaukee. So Cleveland, let's look at how big this game could be. Cleveland, right now, Did I next leak? Oh, there you go. I don't know why it did that. But Cleveland right now is, they do not own the tiebreaker over the Hawks. It's a two-way tiebreaker. So let's predict the Charlotte game. Charlotte against Washington at home. Washington really has nothing to play for. I think Charlotte's the better team in general. They can win that game. And that would knock Cleveland down to the 10 seed. So that is a huge game. They come from the 8 seed all the way down to the 10 seed. And the play-in tournament would be completely shooken up if Cleveland's the number 10 seed. That would be massive. But that's what I think is going to happen. And then New York, Toronto. This game doesn't matter. I'll give it to the Raptors. They are the better team. Miami, Orlando. Again, another game that doesn't matter. Orlando wants the number 1 pick. They're going to try and lose that. Well, not try, but they're going to want to lose that game. But it's not going to be enough as Houston already lost. And then Philadelphia against Detroit. Philadelphia can win that game over one of the worst teams in the NBA. So after that, the final standings have been set. Let's look at it. So the Suns obviously have clinched the 1. Then we got Memphis at the 2. Golden State clinches the 3 seed with that win. Dallas fought but couldn't get it. They're going to be the 4 seed. Utah's going to be the 5 seed. Denver's going to be the 6. And then in the play-in tournament, we've got a matchup between Minnesota and the Clippers for the 7 seed. The loser of that game will play the Pelicans or the Spurs. And then the winner of that, the loser of this game and the winner of this game will be, and then the winner of that game will be the 8 seed. So it's a complicated play-in tournament, but that's how it is. And then over here in the East, we got Miami. I've already clinched the 1. Milwaukee holds on to that 2 seed. Then we got a flip-flop here. Philadelphia gets the 3 seed after their win over the Detroit, and Boston's loss to Memphis will drop them down to a 4 to have to play Toronto in the first round. I think Philadelphia's very happy that they're going to be able to avoid Toronto. Toronto did beat them up in one of their games earlier this week, so they're not going to have to play them. Toronto's the 5. Chicago's the 6 seed. Brooklyn gets the best of this, wins their game, and as the number 7, the best seed in the play-in tournament, they'll play the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament, who barely sneak at the 8, and then Charlotte and Cleveland completely drops. It's a multi-way tiebreaker between these 3. So it is big, but that's how it's going to happen. Atlanta, Charlotte, and then Cleveland, and then obviously the whole play-in tournament scenario will play through. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hope you all enjoyed the content. And comment down below your final day predictions. Anyway,